Welcome on in, guys. Tobin here with you. Thanks for checking out the channel. You know what? People have been asking, say, Tobes, when are you going to get some cat recaps on here? Add it to the channel. Let's get it going. I don't know if I'm going to do this for every single game, everybody. I don't know if I'm going to put this out there. We'll still talk about it, of course, on the radio show. But this one was a perfect delight because there is no elixir that gets the old juices flowing for old Tobes. Nothing quenches the thirst quite like the tears of Boston fans, and man, they are flowing right now as the Panthers getting their top hats and monocles ready. They go up 3-1 in the series. They erase a 2-0 deficit, and they beat the Boston Bruins 3-2 in that hellhole TD Garden, and it was awesome because they were already coming. They were already coming in. This is 2 straight games now where they swore up and down they were going to get their revenge, right? They swore up and down that they were going to get their revenge, and you had the whole thing that happened at the end of Game 2 where Pasta got the absolute brakes beat off him by Matthew Tkachuk in a sanctioned fight that they all agreed upon, right? So they try and bring the Thunder the next game, and Marchand's out here, and he's like, oh, he's gonna rev up. And Sam Bennett, who's dealing with his own injury, he happened to run and go and run right into Sam Bennett's fist. And it was night time for him. Little Tweety birds flying around, and he wasn't able to be out there for today. So then they come into today's game, and you breaking this all down. Like, you would have thought that Sam Bennett was on trial the way that they were treating him on the national broadcast as well. Like, they're like, well, we have new angles that have come in here from the hit. I'm like, new angles? Well, what is this? Like, was this in Discovery? Normally, when there's such evidence, everybody has it. We're not going to have this stuff available to us on social media. TNT's just dropping the bomb. You have Boston reporters who were out here. They want blood from Panthers reporters. It is crazy how these people are trying to act with fights that they continue to start and lose. I've never seen such behavior. You continue to pick fights, and it's like you turn around here, you get your ass kicked, but the principal's walking in here, and they're like, who started this? And they're like, well, the guy who's winning, I guess. It's like, no, not the guy who's winning. He's not the guy who started it. This is retaliatory. And look, I may not know the unwritten rules of hockey. All right, I've enjoyed these Panthers runs very much. I love Sergei Bobrovsky. That's my dude. And I just gotta say, who's the dude that they had today? Was it Maroon today? Was that his name? Maroon Moron. This guy, Mr. Hulkamaniac. He was out there today, and he's like trying to get into Bob's head before the game. And I can't think of anything that's more hilarious than trying to get 2 people like off of their game more than Sergei Bobrovsky and Alexander Barkov. And you saw this last game with Marchand trying to do it to Barkov. And it's like, I don't think there's anything in the world Barkov is less interested in than fighting. He'll do amazing things on the ice. And he is not going to be pushed around because he's a moose. And as you saw today in that game winner where everybody's going to be sitting here and they're going to be breaking down, did Sam Bennett have a dirty hit? Was that goalie interference? Boston can sit here and cry to the high heavens and not realize, oh, yeah, we blew a 2-0 lead. Somehow did it with like 2 shots. Their own crowd was sitting here mocking the lack of guts to shoot the puck at Sergei Bobrovsky in this one. Guys sitting there, you have 18 shots on goal today. Just shriveled up. No absolute stones to throw anything at them. The Panthers had 41. So the fact that the Panthers were even in this situation, you got to give a lot of props to Swayman, who's had a couple of tough nights out there. He was absolutely tremendous today. And look, am I going to know the ins and outs of interference? No. I don't really. I can understand why that rule is the rule, but I will say it was a wide open net. I don't know if that dude's getting over there anyway with Sam Bennett. It was, and I think that's probably when it's like the referees are probably looking at this and being like, all right, maybe we missed something, but the damage is kind of done. Like we're not gonna award this chicanery out here, and so you go back on the power play. You're all freaking out, and in Boston, it's just amazing to see everybody wants Sam Bennett like thrown into the Boston prison for crimes against their franchise because one of their players doesn't know how to fight and the other one doesn't know how to stay on his stupid skates and not interfere with his own goalie. So I don't know what to do. They come out today and, they lay the boom on Sam Reinhart. And what does Sam Reinhart do? He keeps on playing because that's what a G does. He goes out there like a badass and he continues to hockey. And if all honesty, the only thing that took him out today was friendly fire. Took a puck to the face, which I got to say, TNT, a little less whining about the calls. Who were these jackals on the call today for TNT? I mean, they were talking about this damn Sam Bennett penalty. They didn't even they should have been breaking down the Sasha Barkov goal twice as long as they were talking about this Sam Bennett penalty. It's atrocious. It's atrocious to sit here. And look, we get it. Panthers, new kids on the block. You don't want to acknowledge it. I'm sure it's going to be even worse if it's Rangers versus Panthers the next round. But this was very ESPN-like behavior by UTNT. The way Sam Bennett shows up to this post game, and Randy Moeller said it best. He goes, "I tuned into TNT. I didn't realize I tuned into Nesson," because that's what it was like. It was like we're sitting here and you're antagonizing the poor bastard for defending himself and laying the boom down on somebody trying to attack him. And then you're like, "Yeah, but you didn't score that goal." He goes, "But I did." And they're like, "Whatever you say, lawyer." I'm like, hold the phone here, dude. You have the audacity to call that gentleman, that Lorax-looking gentleman, a lawyer? That the audacity to have that kind of reaction to you. Enough of the bellyaching, enough of the excuse making for Boston. You're bringing out the rule book. You're talking about, I've been hearing for 3 games now how Boston's going to retaliate against the Panthers and that they're going to get their comeuppance and they're going to get their just due, and it hasn't happened yet. And quite frankly, all I've seen them do is wet their pants, give up big leads, or get lit up like a Christmas tree. You've thrown different goalies out there. You haven't been able to take advantage of any opportunities. You had a great start to this game, and you couldn't hold it? Like, look at this straight. You what did you do? You tried to take you're trying to take the air out of the ball? You're trying to thaw the puck? Like, what the hell was going on there? I don't know what the hockey term of that is. But, like, the idea that you're sitting here, 2-0 lead, and then your fans are literally begging you to shoot the puck, and you won't do it. You're more concerned about this Jim Montgomery, he's so shameless. He's such a shameless bastard to go out there and he's just whining and crying. All he's been doing is complaining. Meanwhile, Paul Maurice, cool as a cucumber, dude. Cool as a cucumber the entire time. Not rattled. Even when they were down 2-0, he goes, "I think we're playing a great hockey game." And he was right. They were. They were playing a great hockey game. And so they come through, and we're getting ready. Get the gin ready, everybody. All right? Tuesday and Sunrise, we got ourselves a little soiree. Getting ready for another old Cats in 5 back to the Eastern Conference Finals. Because, look, I can just tell you right now, layman's eye, this Boston team's not about it. They're not. Their fans aren't about it. They're ready to go home. They want to go and yell into the offseason about what ifs and what they've been screwed out of. And you know what? These charlatan bums over at Turner are going to continue to puff up these conspiracy theories and treat Sam Bennett like a criminal and not give any time to Alexander Barkov. And what a performance this guy has had, huh? I got to tell you, he's had some real killers. This was a question with Barkey. This guy is always like, you don't get it. But this man has had some plays, the last couple of playoffs, and then some sensational ones just even this season, some of the greatest plays you'll see. But just completely just took that game by the jugular, which is appropriate for Boston because they yacked on it. And Barkey was there to just take on all comers, entire length of the ice, take the lead, and put the Cats in just a beautiful position to close this puppy out on Tuesday. It's a brilliant thing to see. Keep crying, Boston.